Today we are talking about the Anbernic RG35XX, and this model of handheld might be the culmination of everything we need in a small, affordable, retro handheld. Let's go take a look at it. This is the new handheld from Anbernic, and this is a fantastic little device. It's affordable, it's portable, the screen looks fantastic, and the buttons are just right. The full technical specifications are down in the description below in a link if you need all that grit. But here's really what you need to know. As you can see, this device is really not much different than the other Game Boy Pocket we have over here. It's not that much different in size or weight or really construction at this point. So this is really the physical overview of the device. We have a nice D-pad here, which is clicky but not too clicky. The start select buttons, they all work very well. So does the X, Y, A, and B buttons as well. So I do like the two-tone colors here with the thought of these are for the Game Boy and these are for all the other systems. And I really think that the gloss and screen dimensions, along with the resolution and how saturated the screen is awesome. This screen looks fantastic, in addition to having tons of different things you can customize within this. If you'd like a full how-to customize and more in-depth nitty-gritty about the device, Russ from Retro Game Core does a fantastic job on this device. Go check out his channel. But these are really just some impressions on the base device. So we have SD card slots, a power button, a reset button, shoulder buttons that I think are clicky and kind of jiggle around in here, but is totally fine. It does make a little bit of noise, but it's not a big deal at all. While playing it, I really didn't notice it. It was more or less like when the sound was off and I was looking at the device, that's when I noticed it. Volume rockers on the other side, and along with an HDMI out and two status LEDs on the top. The bottom has your USB-C port and a headphone jack for listen to headphones, which I think is great. The onboard speaker here is very reminiscent of the awful onboard speaker of the Game Boy, but that kind of makes up the whole experience of this device. I like that it has one, and it's totally fine. I don't think it degrades from the experience of using this device at all. The back's nice, doesn't really get hot after long playthroughs. I played this for 4 hours straight one day and didn't have any issues. I could tell it was warm, but I also, have hot hands, so. My personal thoughts are this is a direct Game Boy Advance and Nintendo and handheld replacement. So any of the other games that you have or your ROM collection, this thing will be perfect at. The screen looks phenomenal and vibrant, and it is just the right size to put a handheld back in your hands that isn't large and in charge. Let's take a look at the device just one more time. So this is the base UI that this device comes with. It comes with set up just how this is. It's a little daunting at first because it gives you all of the pre-installed ROMs and emulators that you just click into, and then it's a list of games. Where I think this device shines is the Game Boy Advanced and Game Boy kind of replacement. It's got the exact form factor that everybody likes and doesn't overstep its boundaries in the cost department. So for the physical device and the UI, I think for what you get, it's a very good device for the money. So for this device, I believe that it playing up to a PS1 era of games is totally fine. But if you're playing something like a Castlevania game or a game that just uses the D-pad mainly as its input, I think this is a perfectly suitable device. Now that we've gotten a full overview of the device, here is kind of what I think the best use case for this is. I think this is a direct competitor with the MIYOO-MINI which is a tinier device that I was never able to get my hands on but wanted to due to just no stock availability. Right now you can go on Anbernic's website and buy one of these. I haven't seen it on the Amazon store yet, but I haven't really checked. It's an affordable device that is great for what it is and what it does, which is mainly a emulation device for handhelds. I think it nails that market of cheap but quality very well. And it's in stock. That's really the big kicker here, isn't it? If the devices aren't in stock and you can't really get a hold of anything else for 50 bucks, then this is your option. So this thing also comes preloaded with a ton of ROMs, which I think makes it a pretty good gift because it's ready to go right out of the box. So giving this to someone as a fun little device that comes preloaded is an awesome option and a good price because it's cheaper than a AAA title. You only get one of those and you might not be able to do anything else with it afterwards. And do you know what else is a great gift for a larger budget? These Steam Deck videos. But I swear to all things that are holy, they don't come with pickles. I wish they did, but they don't. They're just sweet videos. So take a look at these. And if you got more budget, the Steam Deck's where it's at. But this thing, I think it's sweet.